Have you ever laid in bed at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, feeling a strange tightness in your chest? You're exhausted, yet your mind is racing. You're mentally scrolling through a list of things you've committed to, a coffee date you don't want to go to, an extra project at work you didn't have time for, a favor for a friend that feels more like a burden. You feel like a good person for saying yes, but if you're honest with yourself, you feel like a ghost in your own life. Most of us suffer from a deep-seated misconception. We believe that saying no is a form of rejection, or worse, an act of selfishness. We've been conditioned since childhood to believe that yes is the language of opportunity and kindness. But here is the scientific truth. Your brain has a finite amount of cognitive energy. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your core values, you are effectively stealing from the person you were meant to become. Today, we are going to reframe no. We aren't looking at it as a door closing. We are looking at it as a wall being built around your most precious resource, your soul. I'm going to show you the neurological and psychological reasons why no is actually the most empathetic word in the human language, and how to use it without feeling an ounce of guilt. To understand why it's so hard to say no, we have to look at our ancestors. Thousands of years ago, being liked by the tribe wasn't just a social preference, it was a survival strategy. If you were kicked out of the tribe because you were difficult or unhelpful, you died. So your brain evolved the amygdala, a small almond-shaped part of the brain that handles fear. When you think about saying no to your boss or your partner, your amygdala triggers a fight or flight response. Your heart rate increases, your palms sweat. Your brain is literally telling you, if you say no, you will be cast out, you will be alone, you will not survive. But we don't live in the Pleistocene era anymore. Being agreeable in the modern world can actually be a form of self-sabotage. Psychologists call this sociotropy, a personality trait characterized by an excessive investment in interpersonal relationships. When we are high in sociotropy, we become approval addicts. We use yes as a drug to numb the fear of rejection. But here's the problem with being a people pleaser. If you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to yourself. You become a blur. And scientifically, living in a state of constant yes keeps your cortisol, the stress hormone, permanently elevated. This leads to burnout, brain fog, and a weakened immune system. In economics, there's a concept called opportunity cost. It means that the cost of any choice is the value of the next best alternative you had to give up. Life is a zero-sum game when it comes to time. You have exactly 1,440 minutes in a day, not a second more. When you say yes to a 30-minute phone call that you didn't want to take, you aren't just giving away 30 minutes. You are saying no to 30 minutes of deep work on your business, 30 minutes of playing with your children, 30 minutes of the sleep your body desperately needs. Every yes is a hidden no. The most successful people I have ever met, from CEOs to world-class artists, all have one thing in common. They are no specialists. Steve Jobs once said that he was as proud of the things they didn't do at Apple as he was of the things they did. If you want to create a life of meaning, you have to stop seeing no as a negative. Instead, see it as a selection tool. You are curating your life. You are the editor of your own story. If you don't edit your life, the world will edit it for you, and you won't like their version of the script. How to say no without being a villain. So, how do we actually do it? How do we say no without burning bridges? First, we have to stop over-explaining. When we feel guilty, we give long, rambling excuses. I'd love to help, but my car is acting up, and my aunt is in town, and I have this thing. Stop. When you over-explain, you are essentially asking the other person for permission to say no. You are giving them hooks to try and convince you otherwise. Try these 3 empathetic but firm frameworks. The priority refusal. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Right now, I'm in a season of deep focus on X, so I'm not taking on any new commitments. I hope you understand. The not now refusal. This sounds like a great opportunity, but I can't give it the attention it deserves right now. Let's check back in 3 months. The direct refusal. I'm going to have to pass on this one, but I appreciate the invite. Notice that none of these involve lying. They involve integrity. When you say no with kindness, people actually respect you more. They see that you value your time, which signals to them that they should value your time too. I want to leave you with a final thought. There is a beauty in the empty space. When you start saying no to the noise, the world gets very quiet. At first, that silence might feel uncomfortable. It might feel like you're missing out. But in that silence, you will finally be able to hear your own voice. You will find the energy to pursue the big, scary goals you've been putting off for years. You will find that your relationships actually improve because when you do say yes, you are 100% present. You aren't there out of obligation, you're there out of choice. No is the chisel that carves the statue of your life. Every time you say it, you remove a piece of stone that doesn't belong. Start small today. Say no to one minor thing that drains you. Feel the power it gives you. Master your mindset, build your discipline. This is Korays Quotes. I'll see you in the next one.